Hi and welcome to Dr. Mix. On this video I will show you how to create a PMCD using Wavelab 9. The first thing you want to do is to launch Wavelab. We go to File and create a new audio montage. It's got to be 44.1. Here we go and create it. Now let's browse some files. Let's go to the desktop. I have some selected tracks here. Now as you can see here, we have one that is 48, but we have previously transformed it by resampling it to 44. So that's what we're going to use, and we select this once and we drag it in. Now the moment that we do this, we are asked whether we want to put them one after the other or one on top of the other. We will go one after the other because this is a PMCD. So now here we've got our 4 tracks, as you can see, and 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing we want to do is, well, for example, we might want to save this. Let's save this montage. Let's go select destination folder, desktop, PMCD. That's where we're gonna save it, and we're gonna call it test PMCD, and we go on and save it. Now we want to add our markers, and the easiest way to do this is to use the wizard, which will by default create the correct ones. We go apply. Now as you can see, we have all the markers to space between one track and the next track. You use markers. So we want to make sure that we have this global thing selected, because if we move one, then all the others follow, whereas if we don't do this, oh, hold on a second, whereas if we don't do this, they will go one on top of the other. So we want to have the global on, and that's what happens. Now for example, we might want to close this a little bit, and we can fade it in and push it back. So that's a good one. And then we want to do the same here, for example. Well, this is a bit too long. I'm doing just, roughly, just for the sake of this demonstration. Let me fade it, and then we do the same here. Let me fade it. And have we got anything else? Yes, we want to do that. Fade it. These are just random files, yeah, so please forgive if they're not exactly finished mixes. But I only have to explain how to make PMCD. So here's everything. We got it. The next thing that we want to do is to make sure we got the right title. So we're gonna call this love. Then we call this hate, and then we call this groove, and we call this dream. The next thing that we do is we want to add CD texts. We click on that, and automatically we can, well, we have different ways to do it. That's how I do it anyway. So if you press this button, now we have all of the names that appear here to be copied in the CD text. Then all I need to do is to add the name of the album, which can be Feelings by the artist Claudio, which would be me. And now I've got that. If you want to be even, if you want to give even more data, you can choose the metadata, and here you can, based on whether it's a WAV file or if it is iTunes files, then you can add different types of metadata. I'll show you quickly, like for example, if I go to this track and we open it and we go to metadata, you see how much stuff you can put in. So this is just an example of how much stuff you can put into it. But back to our PMCD. The next step is, okay, we have our PMCD and it looks pretty nice. We go back to CD, and we want to add the barcode. This is where you put your barcode. We don't have a barcode right now, but this is where you can put it. And here's where you will put your ISRC codes, which we are going to go into a different video. If you want to add comments, you can do it right here. Otherwise, all we need to do is to check for conformity. So it says the CD track list is valid, the CD length is 22 minutes. Great. The other thing that I want to do is I want to press the CD audio report, which is the equivalent of the PQ list back in the days. I like this to be Adobe PDF, and I am going to save it as PQ lists. Save. And then I just go on and save it. And gives me also an option to watch it straight away. Let's see if this works. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Perfect. We've got a beginning, our ending, you know, name of the, you know, all the stuff that the customers need to verify before approving the final PMCD. And once that's done, we are going to press this button, which will generate the DDP image. Now, this is what usually modern CD duplication houses require delivered digitally as a DDP image. The other thing that you can bypass the master section, but we're not going to bypass the master section, because on the master section we have our all-important dithering. This type of dithering is the best one. It's very CPU intensive. Otherwise, all you need to do is go on, select a destination folder, and I can use just the desktop, and yeah, I can write the table of contents, you know, customer name, Claudio, and contact person, me, whatever. I just hit OK, and there you go.